Are you afraid that the upcoming AI and robot revolution is going to make you lose your job? Don't worry. I'm here to debunk a lot of myths and provide you with serious education about the importance of AI and why you need to adapt to this change in order to survive in the world of work. Stay tuned. Hello guys, and welcome to this episode of Recruit Tech on the Wealth Bankers Career Channel. I'm your host Nana K, and today we're going to be talking about the increasing levels of unemployment and its correlation to AI and robots. Now I know a lot of you are going to be asking, why this topic, why this problem? I mean, is it even a problem? Well, a colleague of mine were having a discussion in their office earlier this week about some of these new technologies that are coming up, and one of the questions that he posed to me was, are people going to lose their jobs if AIs and robots develop to an advanced stage? It got me thinking, and naturally the places my mind went to were movies like Terminator and so on, and I realized, well, that's a little too extreme, and obviously I'm not talking about the robot apocalypse, but I'm just talking about our jobs here. Are the robots here to take our jobs? Maybe, maybe not. But let's dive right in. So let's talk about a brief background of how work was before the advent of modern technology. So in the past, a lot of the work was done manually. So work such as manufacturing, agriculture, a lot of these things were done manually by people. So usually if you go into a factory, you are bound to find a lot of people working in the factory. So when it came to something like the assembly line, you would find a lot of people at the assembly line working on multiple aspects to bring together one unit or one item. And as much as they worked to their efficiency at that time, compared to now, it just didn't cut it. And a lot of employers realized that paying a lot of factory hands to do the same job over and over again was proven to be costly. So in the end, once technology advanced to such a level where, well, AIs and robots could be easily assimilated into the place of work, then it started causing redundancies. So now people were being laid off, people started losing their jobs, and it was very difficult for people to find new jobs. Now, what is the current state of the job market right now? Well, a lot of the automated tasks have now been taken over by robots and AIs. It sounds scary. Not really. I mean, if you did adapt, you would be able to get ahead of the curve. But let's not just get ahead of ourselves. Let's try and jump right into it. So when it comes to the assembly line, for example, like I said earlier, there were people, human beings, doing this job, but now robots are doing it much more efficiently at a much cheaper cost. Although the initial setup cost for these robots was quite high, the long-term cost was relatively cheaper than having humans do the same job. And the one thing you're promised about these robots is that they are highly efficient in their jobs. They don't take breaks, they don't ask for time off, they don't look around, they don't fall sick or anything at all. They are very efficient. If you ask them to do X, Y, and Z, they will do X, Y, Z to the smallest unit possible. So then you have a lot more efficiency with robots than you do with ordinary people. And that's one reason why a lot of those automated jobs have now been taken over entirely by robots. Some skeptical people ask, what about AIs? Are they taking away the jobs that people do, like basic accounting and arithmetic and all those things? Well, to an extent, when it comes to computing large volumes of data, we all know that a human being, even though your brain is capable of breaking that information down, we haven't evolved to that level where our brains can act as supercomputers. So naturally, we do turn to supercomputers and the AIs to be able to compute all that data for us, to make it simpler for us to interpret and understand. So on that front, yes, the AIs are taking over those jobs, but not the kind of jobs that not the kind of creative jobs. So when it comes to the creative, I'm talking about jobs that require a lot of creativity. So something like painting, abstract artwork, or even just ordinary artwork. A robot may be able to do, or an AI may be able to paint something of the sort, but it wouldn't have the kind of feel and vibe that something that was done by a human being would. AIs can be able to come up with algorithms to create a good painting, but it will never have the feel that a human being would put to it. Same thing goes to say something like creative writing, fiction writing, content writing. All these things can be done and done well by the human being. So as of yet, even though the AIs are trying their best to be able to compete with people, they haven't reached that level where they can take on our creativity. The question then now is, how do you stay relevant in an era where technology is taking your job away from you? Well, it's simple, and the simple answer is education. Now, it's a very important thing. When I say education, I don't mean going to school for a 4-year degree program or anything of the sort. No. There are so many opportunities for you to learn, become better at what you do, and then improve upon your skills. How do you do that? Well, there are also several online courses, there are boot camps, there are short courses, and so on and so forth that will make you a better person, a better employee than you currently are. These things add to the current skills that you have and improve upon you. So then you can easily go back to your employer and tell your employer, I have these skills and I can use them to the benefit of this company. Now, what are some of these skills I'm talking about? Again, back to my favorite example, that is those working in the factory. If there are robots that are working and these robots follow a set programming, you could go and learn about robotics or a little bit of programming, or the kind of programming that is used in automating the robots that are currently working in your factory. So once you have a clear understanding of how these things work, you can be able to go back to your employer and tell your employer, okay, now I have learned this and I know this skill complements the kind of work I do here. Now you've actually made yourself much more valuable to your employer. So in this instance, there is no way that your employer is probably going to let you go, because he knows that you've been in the company for a long time. You know the organizational culture, and on top of that, you've been able to further yourself, you've been able to improve upon yourself to make yourself a much better person than you were in the past. It's really important for you to improve upon yourself if you want to reach the heights if you want to reach greater heights. And how do you do that? You can only do that by becoming better at what you do, by learning on new skills and becoming a better person. So once you have all these skills in play and you know exactly how to go about it, there is no way you're going to lose your job. Even if you do lose your job, because of the experience, the previous experience that you have, in addition to this new skill that you've acquired, other employers are going to find you very, very attractive. And this will improve the number of job opportunities that are going to come your way. So, like I said, take advantage. And back to the question, are AIs and robots taking over our jobs? Well, if you decide not to do anything about it, then they will take your job. But if you decide to get ahead of them, then obviously you know that that is a big opportunity that you can take advantage of. The AIs and robots are not going to program themselves. They need someone to do that job for them. Are you going to be that person? Do you have any thoughts, comments, and opinions about AIs and robots? Do you really think they are coming to take over our jobs? Do you think they are coming to destroy the livelihoods of people? Let me know in the comment section below. I want to have an interesting conversation with you guys about it, because this discussion is still ongoing at my place of work. And honestly, I don't think we're going to be closer to resolving this issue. But I've been able to educate you guys on this situation. And I know you guys found this video helpful. So click on the like button and share so that all your friends can see this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more great content. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I'm your host, Nana K, and I say salute.